Hey, thank you for taking the time to click on today's video. That's right, we're going to be talking about gold diggers, and I'm not talking about your ex-spouse or your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. I mean, they might have been gold diggers, but I'm going to be talking about those that really are in the process right now of being able to get you convinced to give them their money. As a fiduciary and a financial advisor of over 2 decades, I have gone through more than my fair share of volatile times, as so have you. We've gone through the tech bubble burst, we've gone through the Great Recession of 2007 and 8, we've gone through 2018, the last time that they raised interest rates on us, 2020, and here it is 2022, and we're catching some flack again. We just can't seem to catch a break, can we? But the reality is that anytime there seems to be volatility within the stock market that is of any notable significance, all of a sudden you can see all of the precious metals investment groups, all of the financial advisors, the brokers that want to try to sell you gold and silver, they're coming out of the woodwork. You know, I'm old enough to remember Y2K, and I know you are too. And when the world was going to be shifting from 1999 to 2000, that was it, man. Peace out. We were all going to die. All the computers were going to shut down. The world was not going to be able to make this digit change over into a new set of numbers. And guess what? You couldn't even drive 3 city blocks without hearing some sort of a gold ad on the radio. Well, today it's even more profound. We've got the radio, we've got the internet, we've got the TV. We are being bombarded by everything. You can't even get a magazine without having the blow cards fall out trying to sell you coinage. And guess what? Is it wrong to have precious metals as an investment? Not at all. Is it something that you want to purchase for yourself and for posterity, for a legacy to your spouse and to your kids and grandkids? There's no problem with that. But I do have a problem with those that are trying to take advantage of the fear and the volatility that's taking place today. They're fearmongers. They're telling us that our currency is going to go to zilch, zero, zip, nothing, nada. It's going to become absolutely worthless. Is that possible? I suppose it's possible. Is it likely? It's not very likely at all. In fact, what we see is that the American dollar is one of the strongest currencies, and it is only strengthening right now amongst other currencies. So is it wrong to buy gold or buy silver or buy precious metals? Not at all. Is it wise to fall victim to all of the emotion in today's market and potentially be perpetrated by these fearmongers that are trying to suggest to you that if you don't move your money today, you're going to be in a world of hurt tomorrow? I believe that that would be a misplaced piece of judgment. So let's talk about gold and silver and precious metals in general. The reality is that it is a big fat myth. The gold and silver is going to be a wonderful inflation hedge, because the reality is, are we not going through inflationary times right now? We absolutely are. Inflation's at 8%. And yet, if we look year to date what gold has done, it's actually down. So, is it something that is very practical to have in my IRA? Not at all. When you have gold IRAs, you're basically paying quite a bit in fees. You're paying for the hope and the promise that they actually have gold that's in your name, that is basically being held by the exchange of your IRA money for that gold. You don't get to see it. You don't get to touch it. Shucks, you don't even get to grab it and bite it like the Old West shows used to show us. You're just putting all of your faith, hope, and expectation in the fact that they really have the gold when you exchange your IRA for that. But it's not very practical in an IRA, because when you turn 72 and you've got to take required minimum distributions, guess what? Gold is a commodity. Silver is a commodity. This means that if it's down during that point of time, you're in no different of a pickle than you would be if you owned mutual funds and the shares were down. Now you're having to sell at potentially a lower price. You're cannibalizing the principle of that IRA. And what is the major problem with gold and silver? The major problem is that when you own that as a commodity, you have increased your risk, but you still aren't getting any income. When we have money that we have worked hard to save for retirement, that money needs to be producing an income stream for you, either income through interest or income through dividends, so that you can have income to spend. And this is especially important when you have an IRA, because if you're having to take out income to supplement your retirement, or you need to take that required minimum distribution, you want to be able to leave your principal intact. You want to be able to leave leave it intact and live off from the interest and the dividends. Take the interest and dividends out to satisfy that required minimum distribution so that the government isn't cannibalizing and jeopardizing your own principal. So again, is it something that you can own? Yes, you can. I recommend to my clients to own it in the form of coinage. So it has not only the melting value, but it also has the antiquity value. So I hope today's video has been helpful. If you've liked the little video, hit that thumbs up. Go ahead and share this with one of your friends. If you've got some friends that you think are maybe interested in precious metals investing, or they seem to have the metal bug right now, send this to them. Give them maybe a little bit of a different thing to consider with regards to their investing of money in precious metals. And if you like our little videos, I encourage you, hit that subscribe button and that little bell, and we'll remind you each and every time we have a weekly video. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, it's up to you to make today a great day.